afternoon live. It's approximately 1600 hours. I'm the Mad Trucker, and I'm doing this live to address any issues that people might have with my video content and to spark conversations. I don't do YouTube for monetary gain. I don't get paid for doing YouTube. I don't do it for likes. I don't do it for follows, although they are appreciated. All likes and follows are appreciated, but they're never required. The only thing required to participate in this live is to read my channel description. If it's something that you're interested in, come back and greet everyone in the live respectfully according to your culture, and then proceed to type your question, comment, or concern. We'll look at it and have a conversation about it. And if you can provide some evidence to the contrary, I will review the video that you have an issue with, and I will recant if the information that I provided is incorrect. It was an open topic for today, but I'm going live now for those that are interested in a video. And I have a topic for today, and that video is one that I did recently on my channel. So if you would, I'm going to play it, and if you would greet everybody in the room in a respectful manner before typing anything in the comment section. I will address your question, concern, or comment, but if you don't do that, I will ignore you, and if you then proceed to not greet everyone in a respectful manner, I will proceed to put you on timeout. I won't block you, and if you come to any other lives in the future without greeting everyone in the room in a civilized, respectful manner, I will block you. So with that being said, to Mr. Noodles, those are the instructions and the qualifications for this live. If you don't have the mental capacity or discipline to fall in line with those requirements, I respectfully and kindly ask you to please scroll on. Just read the channel description, and if it's something that you're interested in participating in, then come back and greet everybody in a respectful manner. And it's not personal, it's just formatted, and it's for everybody, because this live is welcome to everybody, anybody, regardless of your color, race, religion, regardless. And this live is not for arguments, it's not for debates, it's not for wars, it's for conversations, because I'm the Mad Trucker and I'm hosting this live. Never mind what your Merriam-Webster says. The definition of a conversation for all practical purposes and intentions for this live is as follows. A conversation is truthful, honest questions and answers using logic to come up with solutions to problems, because arguments, debates, and wars don't solve problems. In a lot of instances, they create more problems than they solve. The only thing that solves problems is conversations, and that's what this live is for. And I want to thank you, Mr. Noodles, and I want to thank the other 3 people that are watching right now for participating, because it doesn't cost you anything to listen, and nobody's forcing anybody to listen. You know, and nobody's forcing anybody to be respectful, but I do return energy. If you can't, if you'd rather expose yourself for your shortcomings, that's entirely up to you. But I'm not coming at anybody for anything other than respectful, truthful, honest conversations. Now, that video, let's get to the video. And the topic for this afternoon live, and I usually don't go on 1600 hours, but I decided to go on because I wasn't on that long, and I came on late at 2. For anybody that wants to spark conversations about my video content, or if they have a topic outside of the one that I'm about to bring to everyone's attention, as soon as I pull up the video, I'll go ahead and play the audio from that video. And if you're interested in that video, you can go to my channel and view the video. And I'm not asking, like I said, likes are appreciated, but not required. Follows are appreciated, but not required. But watch the video and then see if you can make any sense out of it. And today's topic, well, this afternoon topic, is dealing with human nature. Human nature. And a video, and it's a 2-part short that I did on my channel entitled A Horrible Human's Nature, in which I stated that no, it's not in a human's nature to do horrible things. It's in a horrible human's nature to do horrible things. And all humans aren't horrible. So you can't say that it's in a human's nature to do horrible things. When humans do horrible things, they cease to be human, because usually those horrible things are inhumane, inhuman by definition. If you do something to somebody you wouldn't want done to yourself, that's inhumane. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and I'll play, they're 1 minute videos, and I'm not going to be on that long if nobody wants to address this topic. It's called A Horrible Human's Nature, and I'm going to play part 1 so you can hear it. And it is a stitch from a video from one Isaac. And this is the video.
That's human nature. We move around, we do horrible things, and hopefully we can just learn.
No, it's not. Isaac, and what Isaac Butterfield politely said, he said, it's in a human's nature to do horrible things. The best we can do is hope to learn from it. Well, I see that as gaslighting because I know better. And I decided to stitch the video, and this was basically no reply to what he said.
But that's human nature. We move around, we do horrible things, and hopefully we can just learn.
No, it's not. Isaac, no, it's not, and you know that. It's not human's nature. It's a horrible human's nature to do those things. It's in a horrible person's nature to do horrible things. And they come in all skin tones. But the record shows that the majority of those horrible people happen to rock your skin tone. And that's no mark on you. And I don't know why you got to itch about that Declaration of Land, because it's not asking white people for an apology. It's just asking them to recognize where they are was stolen. Statement of fact, not settled. Yeah. And that Black Fist, yeah, I'm in the States. They plagiarize a whole bunch of stuff, from the rainbow that the Most High gave Noah to that Black Fist. That ain't BLM. That's Black Panther Party, man. Yeah, those lesbians took that, repurposed it. Now every time I say Black Lives Matter, they want to tie me in with some lesbians. You see?
But that's human nature. We move around, we do.
And that's the topic for today. If you didn't watch it on my channel, that's the topic for today. And I did a part 2 to that video as well, outlining that what Isaac Butterfield basically was doing. And he's a comedian, and like all my lives, this is not a call for people to go and harass or bully or down Isaac Butterfield for saying what he said. This live is basically a conversation about the mindset, about how that was gaslighting. To gaslight. And I'm pretty sure if you've watched my videos long enough, and if you privy with Google, you know what gaslighting is. And to say that it's in a human's nature to do horrible things, and the best thing we can do is just learn from it, is gaslighting. Because they don't want people speaking truthfully about history. They always divert to, oh, you're being racist, or that's so long ago, or you need to get over it. You can't get over something until what was broken or what was stolen was repaired. True facts. And I'm not saying that to pick a fight with anybody. And like I said, this is not a call to arms to go to Isaac Butterfield's channel and go to harass him. As a matter of fact, truth be told, I enjoy his content. And a lot of his stuff, he's right on the head with a lot of the stuff that he talks about, the topics that he addresses on his channel. So I want to be clear. This is not an attack on Isaac Butterfield. It's about the information, okay? And if you can't be respectful, it doesn't cost you nothing to scroll on. And I do appreciate all the trolls in my comment section diverting from the topic, letting me know they don't have the mental discipline or capability to stay on topic or address a topic because they're too busy in their egos. And they have to try to insult somebody, belittle somebody, berate somebody so they can feel good about themselves because they don't love themselves. And I empathize with your condition, Chili Juice. And Miss Panoodles, I empathize with your condition. And that's not an insult. That's really sincere. I empathize with your condition. You're not being mentally capable to take anything seriously and stay on topic and be respectful to me and everybody that's in this room. And to actively seek people like myself that want to have conversations, to divert from those conversations, talk about things that aren't related to the topic, exposing their mental deficiencies. And I do empathize with you too in the comment section. Thank you for joining. And it doesn't cost you anything to listen. It doesn't cost you anything to recant what you've typed. It doesn't cost you anything to type 2 letters on your keyboard, H and I, to greet everybody in the room in a civilized, decent manner. But that's the topic. If nobody wants to address the topic, I'm going to be on for another 20 minutes. If nobody wants to address the topic of that video and the subject of that video, and I just played it. If anybody would like me to play it again, I'd be more than happy to do that, because like I mentioned at the beginning of this live, I don't do YouTube for money. I don't do it to go viral. I don't do it for likes. I don't do it for follows, all of which are appreciated. If you would like to send me something, hit my Cash App. If you would like to like the video and the live, I appreciate love you for that. If you share it, I appreciate love you for that. If you sub, I appreciate love you for that. But it's not required, because that's not what the channel is for. The channel is about the mission statement, and it answers any and all questions you might have about me personally if you just read it, and then come back to the live. Greet everyone in a civilized fashion, and then address your concerns about that channel statement, those questions that you might have about me that the channel statement and the channel description did not answer for you. And that's what this live is for. That's what it's about. So, does anybody have any thing to add, anything to say about today's topic? And that topic being human nature. That's the topic for discussion for today, human nature. And before I end the live, I will play the part 2 to that Horrible Humans Nature series. It's just 2 videos, two shorts. And all you have to do is just say hi to everybody in the room, and I will be more than happy to comply and greet you in a civilized fashion and answer any questions that anybody has in the live, because that's the format for the live. And it's not personal. It's just formatted in its business. Okay, because conversation, we're in the business of conversations here. Okay. And if you want context on that video that's on my channel, you can click the cut from in that video that I played and watch Isaac Butterfield's entire video to get proper context of my Stitch video addressing what he was saying in his video. So it's very easy. Just do a little research and all questions will be answered if you're seeking answers. They're there for you to find if you're genuinely seeking answers and want to contribute to the conversation and the topic for today. And I do appreciate all of you for joining today, regardless if you've come in to troll or if you come in to try to insult me or regardless of why you're here. I appreciate your presence. If you're here just to listen and disagree, I appreciate your presence. At the end of the day, we're all either going to come together like butt cheeks and beat the doo-doo, or we're going to fall apart and that backside going to get whooped. And that's real. Outside of religion and whatnot. Thank you for the information drop, Bum Thy Priest. But if you just say hi, I'll go ahead and read that. But yeah, that's pretty much fact. All crimes are considered commercial crimes. Because we talk about America, we're talking about commerce, right? You talk about the 13th Amendment, you have to discuss the fact that slavery was never ended in America. It was just transformed through the 13th Amendment, making being in my skin color a crime, making it easier to lock up people in my skin tone. And it was applied to everybody. The 13th Amendment opened slavery up for everyone, regardless of your skin tone in America. It was never abolished. And a proclamation is not a law or a code. Abraham Lincoln did nothing. Absolutely nothing for anyone except himself. As a matter of fact, the same day that he made that proclamation, he was committing a mass genocide on some copper-colored people. And these are historic facts. It's not a shot at anybody, but we have to learn how to speak truthfully. Like the mission statement says, expose the lies that enslave us all. And when I say all, I do mean everybody, including myself. Yeah. Expose the lies, come out of the lies, and let's come out of that system. Let's come out of the beast system that has the world deceived. It's had the world deceived for a very, very long time. A very long time. Yeah, and it's imploding right now. It's falling in on itself. People don't know what to do with themselves. They're holding on to them well-dressed lies. They'll die for some of these lies they believe. And a lot of them don't even believe these lies they tell to be the truth because they know it's not the truth, but it grants them power, grants them position, right, in an unjust system. They don't want justice because justice means that, everybody gets a fair shake and they can't get a big slice of the pie that they don't deserve. There's a proclamation, and Bum Thy Priestess, if you would, please type hello. I would love to continue this topic. It's not necessarily a diversion, but it is in line with the topic. But there are certain requirements for the live, and this is a requirement for the live. Just greet everyone, regardless if you agree, disagree. Just greet everyone peacefully, and please, thank you, sir. And I want to say thank you, Bum Thy Priest, for joining today, because I see no cap in the information you provided. And guess what? It doesn't matter what color you are, what religion you are, what side of the planet you living on. What you typed is still the truth, right? Doesn't change. Truth never changes. And that's how they tricked everybody. They told everybody half truths and whole lies. You control everybody. They talk about commerce. You have to talk about a monetary system, right? Monetary. Monitor means to monitor. Well, what have they been monitoring? I mean, before the internet, before video conferencing, before IBM, before all of that, what were they monitoring in 1931 when the United States of America gave its constitutional right to print money interest-free to a private bank called the Federal Reserve in 1931? What were they monitoring? They were monitoring us. And I thank you, Nate, for joining. That's acceptable as a greeting. And Nate, if you have any questions about the live, the only requirements is that you, and I'm not putting you out, but just read my channel description. If it's something that you're interested in, come back and we can have a conversation about the topic for today. And the live is not about arguments, debates, or wars. It's about conversations, and never mind Webster's, because I'm throwing the live. Definition of a conversation is truthful, honest questions and answers using logic to come up with solutions to problems. Because arguments are synonymous with debates, are synonymous with wars, and they don't solve problems. They just cause more problems. Yeah. Matter of fact, lowercase, and see, the thing is, Bum Thy Priest, if you write your name in all lowercase, you shouldn't call yourself a citizen, because you become an oxymoron. That's why if you get anything from a court, they have your name on any documentation in all caps, because you are your first name, you are your middle name, you are your last name, and a corporation consists of two or more entities, two or more. So that's how they get it, right? But if you write your name in all lowercase, that refers to the living being. The living being has to choose to be a citizen. A citizen means a servant or a subject to. And the system that we live in, it runs on us not knowing who we are, giving our authority to those that bloodsuck us, that don't consider our basic human needs. There's a small amount of people that do it. And they use fear to instill control. Fear to instill control. A good example of that be they did a bomb drill. They did a bomb drill at my son's school. And 2 days after they did that drill, they had a real bomb threat. Instill fear. Instill fear. Keep people scared to step out of the unjust system, because if you speak out against injustice, regardless of who it is, you become a target. You can't get justice in an unjust system. Right, we have to, and it's a little deeper than that, Bum Thy Priest, and I appreciate this dialogue. It's not just about knowing it; it's about having wisdom. Wisdom means a choice, choosing to exercise it. A lot of these things, I'm pretty sure that you know, and I can discern early that you've studied some of these things, knowing that you are a sovereign. The real definition of a sovereign is a king or a queen who has no subjects, nor are they subject to anyone. And we are all under one sovereign, and that's our creator. And that's the only law that's really important at the end of the day. I'm talking about the end of the day when the sun, goes down. I'm talking about the end of the day when, they lay us out in that casket and drop us in the ground. And some things don't change. And thank you, Tasha, for joining. If you would just greet everybody in the room in a civilized manner, according to your custom. You can type whatever statement or comments you have in the comment section. You participate in the live. And I do appreciate your presence. Appreciate everyone's presence. Thank you for joining me for this late edition of the Mad Trucker Live, where we're talking about human nature. Human's nature. Is it in a human's nature to do horrible things? Is that natural? Or is that a sign of a defect? Is a sign of the ego? The ego the ego taking control of the spirit and letting greed creep in. False sciences creep in. Pseudosciences, if you will, like eugenics, politics, whatever it is. All these isms. Right? You don't like so-and-so because they pray a certain way. You don't like so-and-so because they look a certain way. That's how they keep us all divided amongst our parts. And that's why they're able to get away with what they've been able to get away with all these decades, dare I say centuries. Because they use fear to instill control. And there are a lot of people that say, oh, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. But that's not true. Half of the truth is a whole lie. That's half the truth. The whole truth is it's about control. It doesn't take any more ink, paper, or labor to manufacture a $1 bill than it does a 5, a 10, 20, whatever dead slave owner and number they put on it. And they are promissory notes. They call them dollar bills. And the last time I checked, you have a light bill that you have to pay. You have a water bill that you have to pay. You have a gas bill that you have to pay. You pay those bills with what? Dollar bills. A bill is something that you have to pay. It's not something you pay with. Before 1931, it used to say on our currency, payable to bearer in gold or silver upon demand. That's power. That's when the people had power. And they took power from the people in this country in 1931 when they removed the gold standard. They took the people's gold and they replaced them with IOUs, those dollar bills. And the words payable to bearer in gold or silver upon demand were taken off. They were taken off of those promissory notes. And they put this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. These are truths. And the human's nature is dependent upon the human. And that's the whole point I was making with those videos. And we're at 24 minutes. And I think this would be a good time to go ahead and play part 2. Give you some more context on what I mean when I say horrible people do horrible things. And all people aren't horrible. Everybody on the planet isn't horrible. You can't say what a person would do.
But that's human nature. We move
That's
around.
not the one. That's part 2 right there.
Therapy. I hope they got Botox before they stormed the beaches of Normandy. These are the people you want.
Well, I'm a vet.
How would you feel? Therapy. I hope they got Botox before they stormed the beaches of Normandy. These are the people you want.
Well, I'm a vet. And I hope you're learning. Isaac or whoever watches this. You know those veterans that look like me, got the privilege of, when they return to the States, they got the privilege of getting unalive just for trying to eat a sandwich in a diner next to somebody that looks like Isaac. Or strung up for wearing their Class A's. Yeah, by those horrible people that sent them over there to fight that war. Didn't want to give them housing. Didn't want to give them loans. Didn't want to give them respect because they didn't look like Isaac. They would rather change the sex of somebody that looks like me. And those are some horrible people, aren't they, Isaac? You know what's more horrible? Gaslighting around that fact.
Therapy.
And part two just addressed the sarcasm, because he was pointing out that the United States Army, and this is something that I didn't know, they pay for transitional surgeries, Botox, hair follicle removements, gender reassignment. Yeah, they pay for all of that. But the veterans that suffered, the veterans that came back and, from Desert Storm like me, Vietnam, Korea, they don't help us. The veterans make up the majority of the homeless population in this country, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Yeah. And they don't got money to help the homeless vets, but they got money to let active duty get Botox injections, gender reassignment surgery, BBLs, Ozempic. And so I say again, to the three people that are still in the room watching, explain to me, the Mad Trucker, so I have some kind of understanding of how you can get justice in an unjust system that's rigged against you, regardless of what color you look like, because I don't want y'all diverting to race. I'm talking about class. But they are synonymous, because your race is a class. White is not a country. Black is not a country. Okay. Orient is not a country. Those are classes. Thought up by one Christoph Mears in 1786, and it was accepted all over the world by 1790. Before then, there were no Caucasians. There were no white people. There were no black people. There were no Asians or Orientals or Mongoloid, whatever they want to call it, that didn't exist until after 1790. So that's the topic for today. And I got about 2 minutes if anybody wants to address the topic. And if not, I'll go ahead and sign off. And I want you all to have a very blessed day, for the simple fact that I don't want something for myself that I don't want others not to have. I want to have a blessed day. That means I should want everybody to have a blessed day. I shouldn't want to have a blessed day, and my blessing depends on, cursing someone else. That's not cool. People curse themselves. So on that note, we got about 2 more minutes. If nobody wants to address the topic, I'll go ahead and sign off. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by for this late edition of the live. It seemed to be late these past couple of days because I have a lot of things that I'm doing to get ready for a new edition. And it's not easy, but I'm going to keep on trucking. You got to keep on pushing, push through all the adversities in your life. Push through in order to find the truth. Not Mad Trucker's truth or your truth, but the truth. Because the truth will set you free. Make the truth a way of life. Got anything from this live today, or any of them lives, anything that I do, just, get that part. Disagree with everything, but if you disagree with that, I really would like to see why in the comments. Especially if you call yourself a Christian or a Hebrew. Seek the truth. Seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and all things will be added unto you. May the Most High bless and keep you. May his countenance be gracious unto you. May the Most High smile on you and grant each and every one of you shalom. Thanks for tuning in.